Oh man, shalom, fam. All right. So, had to do this over. But there's a lot of things that came in my mind today. We give announcement to the angels of the four quarters, the four pillars of the earth. Michael of the east, Gabriel of the west, Raphael of the south, Uriel of the north. Let me turn this
by the ear, by the arm, by the neck.
Excuse me. There was something that clicked today that made perfect sense. And I've been thinking about this for years. When I first hitchhiked here to Virginia Beach in 2014, March 22nd. No, it was March 23rd, 2014. From the Haven Arrest in Akron, Ohio with two other guys. There I had visions of what I wanted to do with my life. And how to rebuild, repair my life to get my houses and my cars and my land back. When I start getting into this knowledge, as with anything, when I get into it, I put my whole heart in it and I go hard in it. Everything there is to learn about that certain thing, I'm going to learn everything I can learn about it as quick as possible. I don't waste time in anything I do. I'm a northern person, and that's one of the biggest reasons I hate Virginia, because everyone is just so damn slow for no damn reason. The people here have absolutely no respect for time. They can't be anywhere on time. They can't get anywhere on time. They have absolutely no respect for time. No respect for time whatsoever. I ride the bus because of my car crash. Because of the car crash, I had PTSD. It was a bad car crash. And I should have died. That was one of the biggest things that brought me to the Most High. Because I sit and I think and I go back over my life a lot. I consider my ways. I ponder. I ponder who moves the moon into place, who moves the sun into place, who drops the dew from the sky, who drops the food for the birds from the sky so the birds can eat. Learning this gives you an understanding of life. When I learned that there is an angel every day that moves the sun up and then brings the sun down. Well, it doesn't move the sun up or move it down. It just moves it. And since we are in a dome and since we are not on a ball, we are in a solid dome, a flat plane, the sun just goes just like this, like a rainbow. And the moon does the same thing, to and fro every day. That means to and fro every day. There's an angel moving the sun, moving the moon. There's an angel that drops the dew from the sky every morning. There's an angel that drops the food every morning for the birds. When you hear them chirping, that means the angels are feeding them. Understanding these things and knowing these things was the consciousness that I came into when I came here to Virginia for the first time, which is why I still stay. It's not because this is such a great place. It's a horrible place. The people are slow and stupid, and they're lazy on top of it. I mean, it's one thing to be slow and stupid, but to be slow, stupid, and lazy, that's sad. But it's because of the spiritual awakening and the spiritual enlightenment and all the spiritual things that I have learned here and the things that I've seen, the slave houses, the land, being out in Pungo, hearing the voices of my ancestors. I've done this. I went out there and I heard the screaming of the girl, of the woman in the white dress, screaming for vengeance, 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 vengeance. See, when you're a spiritual person, you see these things. And the stupid, the profane, the reprobate, they would never understand because the Most High don't show them these things. They're dogs. The Most High only shows his glory to his people. He doesn't give his pearls unto dogs, which is what I've done for 10 straight years. So back to what this started was, when I came into this consciousness, there was a man I was talking to. His name is Mr. Wilson, I remember. I don't know where he is today. God rest his soul if he's passed away, but if he's still alive, may God keep him strong. But I remember this man, Mr. Wilson. And once I was coming into this truth and this knowledge and this understanding, just like anybody, my biggest thing was I got to tell everybody. Everybody has to know. I vow for the rest of my life, as long as I live, I don't care if I have to build a building, a school. And where I do, and that's what the nonprofit is. It's a big building, it's a school where I'm going to house foster children being emancipated from the foster care system and coming out of the federal detention homes, 18 to 25, and homeless teen Negroes, where we can put them all in the school. First, we're going to give them character tests, and then we're going to make sure they're righteous enough, because we're only going to deal with the righteous, not the wicked. So there will be character tests and all these things, and these are still far off, but it is my vision and my dream to be able to have a home-based ground where we do nothing but educate the masses, and we do it very quickly. And see, that's the type of person that I am. Once I learn some information, once I learn life-altering and life-changing knowledge, the first thing I do is push it out as fast as possible. I'm quick in everything I do, just like the Most High's reward. I'm quick in everything that I do. So once I was becoming conscious, I wanted to talk to everyone. I wanted to help my people. I wanted to build things for my people. And I remember him saying, he said, you're going to learn. He said, you think you're the first one that learned all these things, and you felt that you could change the world. You could change your people. He said, you're going to learn. I was very naive then. He said, you're going to learn though one day. You're going to learn. You're going to learn that niggas ain't shit. There is a reason that our God placed us in captivity. You're going to find that there is more evil, wicked, dirty, and worthless Negroes than there are good ones. I said, that can't be true. That's not true. That's not true. You're a liar. You just a house nigga. You hate your people. Yeah. And for 10 years straight, I went to try to find the best that my people had to offer. And I did. I went from state to state, miles to miles. I hitchhiked, I walked, I ran. I searched to try to find the best of what my people had to offer. This generation of Negroes have absolutely nothing to offer. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. This is the deadest, the dumbest, the weakest, the most pacified, the most pasteurized, the most wicked, the most evil, the most jealous, the most envious generation of niggas I've ever seen in my life. And all they doing is raising more evil, more wicked, more useless, more worthless, more envious, more jealous, more booty boxing, dick sucking. These are the niggas they're raising. And these are going to be the future of the next generation of Negroes that we have to look forward to. This shit. A bunch of booty bouncing bitches. Drag queen dressing ass niggas. This is what we have to look forward to. With my education and all the certifications and all the degrees, like I said in the last video, I done so well. When I came here, I had absolutely nothing. No hope, no dreams, no vision, no skills, no nothing. Because I was surrounded by niggas. I was surrounded by the worst. And I couldn't get anywhere. And I realized this. I said, I got to make a move. And it's got to be an aggressive move. And we hitchhiked. It took us 7 days to hitchhike from Akron, Ohio, to Virginia Beach. And in those years, I get my certification, my associates in human psychology. And we're going to go back for the bachelor's in human psychology. And I'm going to pick up another one in sports medicine psychology, which I probably won't need that now unless I decide to go back to football, which is something I may decide to do in the future outside of the nonprofit. We picked up the culinary. We picked up the phlebotomy to add to my talent to be able to make more money inside the workforce, to be able to change the rooms that I was going into, to be able to change the places I was working at, to be able to change the scenery. It's not just about moving states and moving places, and if you're not going to be able to change, if you're not going to be able to change your mind? There's no point in it. All these years I was looking for something, looking and looking and looking and looking and looking. And just like Mr. Wilson said, what the hell I was looking for was inside of me this entire time. All these states, Ohio, Colorado, Virginia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Yuma, Arizona, Boulder, Colorado, Corpus Christi, Texas. All these places I was going for was on my way to Cali. And I never lived in Cali. I did a layover over there once for a couple hours, a few hours, but not long enough to be able to make a knowledgeable decision of how good the place is for you to live. How good is it economically? How good is it academically? How good is it crime-wise? How good is it housing-wise? How good is it? So far, Virginia and Ohio has been the only two places that I've stayed long enough to be able to make those type of assessments. But today taught me something real valuable. So I quit my last job, what I was talking about yesterday in my last video. And that was AJ Gators. And I'm going to say I usually don't say the name. The last place I worked at, I don't say well, if I like the place, if I like the people, I won't say the name. But if I don't, then I'm going to tell the whole world just how trash they are. So the AJ Gators here on Shore Drive, them dudes are just straight up trash. Trash dudes. So I ended up quitting that job because I said I have too much. I don't want to be around a bunch of ghetto, booty bouncing niggas. I'm just sick of this shit. Everywhere I turn, niggas are shaking their ass. I'm just tired of it. I know the world is tired of it. Everyone is just tired of seeing every time you get on Facebook, every time you get on the TV, every time you turn on anything, you got niggas shaking they fucking ass. And it be the weirdest looking niggas like the Shamar, whoever that inbred Negro, that them weird looking inbred built ass Negroes. Big back, dirty hoes out here shaking their booty. People get tired of that, man. I'm tired of it. And any Negro with a brain is tired of this shit. Because we didn't fight all this time and work all these years to get to a place in this country for it all to be thrown away by a generation of niggas that's too stupid to give a fuck about any damn thing. So I go back and I start thinking about Mr. Wilson and his long conversation that he had with me because he saw I was taking this to the next level. At that point in time, I was actually running for council in Norfolk as well. So I wanted to take this thing to the next big stage. And he said, you're going to learn. It's not what it looks like. It's not what it looks like. A lot of your people are not in oppression. They're the ones doing the oppressing. A lot of your people are not in a position where they need help because they're so busy being in a position that's putting you in a position to need help. And during that time, I didn't understand any of that because all I saw was the good. Because that's what I see. The first thing I look for is I look at when I meet somebody, when I meet a new person, the first thing I start looking for is skills. What can you do? I want to know tell me your talents. Tell me what you're good at. Because I'm a good leader. I'm a good manager. And when he tells me what he's good at, what he can do, I'm going to put him in a position where he can do that and be the best at doing that. Because that's what good people do. Not these niggas here in Norfolk. Not these goddamn niggas. So, what Mr. Wilson was telling me all those years ago came to the forefront today. So I got this long resume of all these great things I've done. Eagle Boy Scout, volunteer work, soup kitchens, all these different things. Volunteer work in not just soup kitchens here in Norfolk, in Virginia, but all throughout Northeast Ohio, Southern Arizona. I do work. I put in my work. And when a white man looks at my resume, it's wow. Oh my goodness, wow. Wow, you used to be a foster child. Wow. Wow, you was homeless doing all this? Wow. Wow, you're hired. Matter of fact, we need a manager. Matter of fact, we need a store manager. I need someone to clean up my store. I'm given opportunities. I'm given opportunities to polish myself, despite how bad this white man is. And let's make a separation, because we have good white folks. We don't talk about a lot of them because there's nothing to say. We spend a lot of our time worrying about the trash of the Caucasian race, just like I spend a lot of time worrying about the trash of the Negro race. But now the trash is getting so big, so much. Whereas the black community, we got to start talking about taking out the trash. Some niggas got to be completely disowned, disbarred, and kicked to the side. When I go interview for niggas, I set this resume down, and it's already better than theirs. I know this, because anytime I go into a job, I get what we call, I get an assessment, and I want to know, because if I'm coming in there to be a manager, I need to know who my line is and what their skills and talents are, what they've done, so I know exactly where I can utilize them at, where they be stronger at, where they be weaker at. So before I go on any job, I know who has what. These dudes don't have surf saves, and that's easy. That's just $15 in an hour class. They don't have surf saves. They don't have nothing. Barely any experience. And then this stupid nigga sitting down looking at my resume. Oh, well, none of this matters. What matters is, are you going to kiss my ass? Are you going... And see, that's the difference between white men and Negroes. The more and more Mr. Wilson words that seem to be coming in past, man. And Mr. Wilson wasn't the only one who told me that. I have a lot of conscious brothers that told me that's been in this for years. They in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, man. They've seen it way back in the 1960s. And they told me the same thing. They said, you gonna see this ain't what it is. This ain't what it looks like. A lot of these niggas ain't shit. A lot of them. There's more of this Negro people that is, like I said, that is wicked, vile, envious, jealous, adulterers, idolaters. They're liars, they're thieves, they're cons, they're scammers, they're horrible people. And I spent 10 years, and I finally can say, out of all the places I've traveled, and all the research I've done, and all the watching and the documenting and the recording I've done, 70% of these niggas ain't worth a goddamn. You have maybe 30% less than that of our people that's actually righteous, good people. When I go interview for a Negro that's in charge, I always come to find out that his restaurant is a mess. There's no order. They're out of control because all them Negroes are friends. They're friends, so they're friends with their bosses. When I was growing up, you're not friends with your boss. Your boss is your boss. But in the world of taking the easy way out, that's what niggas are doing now. They're becoming friends with their bosses, and I'm not the one. Interviewing for Negroes is I never win. Don't ever win. Ain't never won one time with a goddamn nigga. Not one time. Not once. Not once. And for years it was hard for me to even though I was living and experiencing how these niggas was treating me, how my own dumb motherfucking people was treating me. The nigga that suffered to be where the fuck I am right now. It still took me years more to realize this is why people can never get ahead. This is why we can't get ahead. Because you got these stupid niggas in these positions and they don't care about your qualifications. Virginia is the only state that I've ever been in where it really doesn't fucking matter about any of your goddamn qualifications. It don't matter how many degrees you have. None of that matters. It just matters whose ass you gonna kiss. And let me tell you, Siri, I ain't kissing nothing. Nobody's ass. None. Especially no nigga's ass that ain't got half the education that I have. Why would I do that? Nigga, you should be kissing my ass. You dumbass nigga. That's when I realized. So when I interview for the white folks, it's never a problem. Now, there's times I have had problems with white folks, but then again, those are what we just talked about. The difference. You have two sets of white people. You have the white people that know truth. And when they find a black man that knows truth, they even find a black man that has some knowledge that's beyond knowledge. They're going to pull him. They're going to be like, hey, let me teach you this over here. Let me get you in this door over here. Let me get you in this door over here. Let me get you in this door over here. Not niggas. Niggas, they come together. They get their other monkey friends. And those monkeys sit in a circle together. And they're not even a smart monkey, so they can't even open bananas. So they sit in a circle together. And they plot and conspire to try to sabotage and destroy my success. That's all you niggas have done for me here in Norfolk. And you niggas wonder why I don't deal with none of you no more. I don't even speak to you niggas no more. Matter of fact, I don't even look your niggas way. Cliff, you remember me? Nope. You can't hear me? Because as bad as I have YouTube channels, I have Patrons, I've been in the streets, I've known in every state that I've been in that I have named, you can ask for Cliff Michael or Cliff. They'd be like, oh, that nigga. I built a name and a reputation off my name that's been built off the truth of the Most High. And I built it in every state I have been. So there's two types of white people, man. And I've met them both. There's white people who have knowledge. And when you're a smart black man, you're an intelligent black man, and you just don't have the worldly knowledge, but you have that esoteric spiritual knowledge. It's so powerful that it can be felt. Those white folks are going to treat you really good because they have. They're going to treat you good. But then you have the white trash. The ignorant. And just like the niggas, they're going to hate you because you have something they don't have. So after all this work and all this traveling, I realized that I'd rather work for white folks than ever work for niggas. Because I've not had one good experience working for niggas. Not one. Nope, not one. Not one. Not one. Instead of them dumbass niggas taking responsibility for their ignorance and their dumbassness, they blame it on me. But if it's me, then there's no way that I can go in here in these other fields and supersede beyond expectations. If it was me, which tells me that it was never me, it was always them. I heard a brother talking on YouTube saying that the reason why he don't date black women is because when he was a dusty, dirty nigga and all he had was but a dream, the only person that helped him get to that dream was a white woman. She polished him off. She dusted him up. She saw he had talents. It's just like me, my nonprofit. The white girl was just talking about that. She just came and she's like, well, you got a nonprofit? I said, yeah. She said, is it registered? I said, yeah. She said, do you have a board of directors? I said, yeah. She said, do you have an EIN? I said, yes. She said, well, what else do you need? I said, capital. And just out of nowhere, she gave me all these papers. She said, this is a grant, this is a grant, this is a grant, this is a grant, and you have to this date to apply for it. Just like that. 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 This white woman I didn't even met was ready to support everything that I was trying to do. This nonprofit, this boys' home that is for Negros to begin with. But Negroes are so wicked and so envious and so jealous. Which is why I'm done with this, man. I'm done with all this. Everything that has to be said has already been said by not just me, but all the other brothers in the nation, the truth. The big Levi's, the big Judas. They said everything that needed to be said, and they said the things that needed to be said. And those that know. And the ones of us that don't, death shall be their reward. But once I backed away and said, I'm done with this, man. Like Mr. Wilson was saying, he said there's been a lot of old heads that did this when they were children, when they were young. And they grew up and they said, man, fuck these niggas. Fuck these dumbass niggas, man. Because if you know you're a people that's in destruction, if you know that you are a people that's in captivity, if you know that you are a people that need to be redeemed, and you got brothers that are bringing you a redeemer, and you tell me that your black ass don't want to be redeemed, then your black ass deserve to die. And that's where we are. We got a whole bunch of niggas running around this motherfucking country, and don't none of them want to be redeemed. P. Diddy, Nicki Minaj. I am sick of it. Everywhere you go, this is all niggas can talk about. Booty bouncing bitches. Drag queens. P. Diddy. LeBron James. Nigga. That's why I said I'm done. When I first started this, I went wholeheartedly into this. I spoke very elegantly. I just got out of school. I didn't live in the hood for the last 7 to 8 to 9 years of my life. I was in the suburbs. So that means a brother told me, he's like, if you want to be able to speak to your people and reach your people, you're going to have to be able to come down to their level. But what he didn't tell me was that level is so damn low. And I did that. I came down to this low level. Nigga this, nigga that. What's up, nigga? Because I ain't never said that word. I ain't never used it. As a matter of fact, I didn't even use foul language. It was being in my environments all these years around niggas. These ghetto-ass hoodlums. And trying to be able to speak to them and teach them these things that will ultimately change the very course of their fucking lives. Because it changed the ultimate course of mine. So I said, how can I speak to them? Because these niggas don't understand that elaborate, higher echelon language. So I had to talk to them like niggas. And that still didn't work. Everything that I tried to reach niggas didn't work. And it's not because of me. Because it works for everything else. That's how I realized I've come to the realization today after I interviewed with the Ishmaelites and they gave me this job, management and everything. Just like that. Because my skills, the degrees, the resume fits what is supposed to be done. They don't want you to come in there and kiss their ass. They don't want you to come in there and they want you to come in there, do the job, do it right, and take your ass home. And that's the way I like it. I don't like being around a whole bunch of niggas that don't you go to a job, you got like McDonald's, you go to a job, there could be 27 niggas up in that motherfucker, and your food still take 50 minutes to come out to you. You got 27 niggas in here, and it still takes 50 minutes for y'all to make a damn McDouble. That's the mark that that ain't nothing but a damn jungle. And I'm done of being around you jungle book ass niggas. I need upper echelon niggas, educated niggas, consolidated niggas. Niggas that's about building businesses, not just about building businesses, but building international intelligence that's going to bring your people back into the consciousness and into the knowledge and ultimately back to the Most High so they can change the course of their direction. Period. That's the only niggas I want to be around from now on. I'm done preaching. I'm done trying to tell these niggas this stuff. I'm done. Because it's 2024. The day of judgment is here. The seal has already been sealed. So there's no need to speak anymore. Because those that know. Those that's supposed to know. And those that don't are not. But when I was listening to that radio and the Facebook, and he was talking about how that white girl made sure it got him back right, and now he's a multi-millionaire. It made me think about why black men go to white women, because they just want to be successful, man. And the hardest truth that there is to accept is that you cannot be successful with niggas around you. You just can't. It's impossible. It's impossible. I've tried it. And all my degrees and all my skills, I have nothing to show for it. Because I ain't had nothing but niggas climbing on my back the whole damn way. That's what I learned today. When I go and put my resume down, that's how I know. I had a brother a white boy that told me matter of fact, it was Matthew Edwards, who was a good white boy, a good white man. When I was out here on these streets, when I was homeless, when I was on drugs, and when I was out here, he always looked out for me. I ain't never been hurt, ain't ever been robbed, ain't never been stolen from. Because I always had somebody watching out for me, and it was never a nigga. It was always a white man or a white woman, Angie, Matthew, Sarah, and Lee. My whole life, I've done nothing but try to show my people the love. And all you niggas did was take that and throw it back in my face. I see why niggas don't like niggas now, man. Before, I could never understand it. But I see why now. Because I'm getting to the point where I don't like you niggas either. But see, me, because that's going down a different road, and I don't want to go down that road because I go all in. If I start hating niggas, now we got to start killing niggas. You see that? I see why Christ turned his back on his people. And he said, you know what? I'm done with you niggas, man. There's a dialogue between when Christ was carrying the cross and to where they were going to hang him at. And he was having a dialogue with one of his disciples, and he said, I'm going to leave after this. And he said, until you tell me, blessed is he that come in the name of my Father, fuck you niggas, man. That's basically what Christ said. Yahweh Shai said, fuck you niggas. I did all this for you dumbass niggas. And until you niggas come back to me and say, yes, we acknowledge what you've done, I'm going to turn my back on you niggas. And I'm going to sentence all you niggas to death. This is what Yahweh Shai did. And he sentenced us to 400 years of death. I see why he did it. Because that's exactly what I'm going to do. I don't know you niggas. I don't want to know you niggas. You niggas had your time. And you niggas, because you think everything is a game, because your life is a game, you think everything is a joke because you're a joke. But my dreams, my visions, my life ain't no joke. And the Negroes that are out here that want to be redeemed, that want to know the truth, so they can start implementing this truth in their life and start getting back healthier, getting back stronger, losing their weight, getting their minds back, getting their understanding back, so they know how to heal themselves, so they know how to cast their powers, so they know how to cast their so they know how to speak to their angels, so they know how to call their angels when they sick, when like someone just stole my money and I had to literally physically call my angel to go after that person and have them killed. Because if you steal from me, you gotta die. There's no way around that. You gotta die. You gotta die. But today I was thinking, after getting this new job and getting a gig, white folks, the good white folks, all they're looking for is good Negroes. That's all they care about. It's the dirty trash white folks that got all these other hidden agendas, just like it's the dirty trash niggas. But what I've come to learn, especially here in Virginia, no matter where you go, any Negro that's in a powerful position, 9 times out of 10, he ain't worth shit. That's why he's there. That's why he's there. Now, there may be one of two that got there and they do what they're supposed to do when they're there with the power that they have to do. But this country is going under and the Negroes are in power. So that should be enough of an answer to understand right there. Now I see why a lot of things are the way they are, why a lot of black people act the way they act towards other black people, and why a lot of black people go to white women. I didn't understand it then, but I'm understanding it more and more now. Why? I am. Because Negroes have done nothing but make my life a living hell everywhere I've ever been. Everywhere I've ever been. That's a damn shame. But since I've worked with the Most High, I will always win. And I will always walk over you motherfuckers' necks. And I will always walk over your head. Stump you down. Always. I don't ever lose. That's one thing about me, I don't ever lose. I always win. Always. Which is why I can sit here and say that. Give all praises to the Most High, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Selassie be it.